car is shaking as if there were 10 people on either fender bouncing it up and down. You can see the camera bouncing here.
We're going to stick this out, and we're going to stick together, and we're going to make it through it, okay?
It was the thing in my life that I'm most proud of, and I know that the rest of the folks that made it possible at WTVJ feel the same way.
Much of that was done with a sense that we're covering history, but we're also trying to get people help.
Anybody who lived through Hurricane Andrew, when they feel and see and understand that a hurricane is bearing down on our community, the anxiety level is unmatched.
It's terrible.
Kelly and Regis for the new TD Bank.
We're here with a customer service operator from another bank.
Welcome.
Please enter your 16-digit account number. This is going to be a tough one.
You get a real person 24/7, 365 days a year at TD Bank, America's most convenient bank.
The Ford Quality Drive is here, and when people find quality they believe in, they like to talk about it.
I think I made a very smart decision in choosing the Edge. The Escape definitely represents quality. You get into the Fusion and it drives really smooth. I'm very satisfied with the quality of my Focus. Once I got in and drove it, I was just like, wow.
Ford's quality is unsurpassed by Honda or Toyota. So, drive quality and drive one.
Now get 0% financing on many Ford vehicles. Visit your South Florida Ford dealers or southfloridaford.com.
In 1988, it was Alonzo Mourning. In 04, Dwight Howard. And in 07, Michael Beasley. Who'll be the next great McDonald's All-American? Find out this year in Miami and help support the Ronald McDonald House Charities of South Florida.
Before you walk into Macy's, Dillard's, Kohl's, remember Steinmart's everyday low prices are low every day.
Are you an actress?
An actress? I'm a real Steinmart shopper. I like to save my money. Hello, I mean, just look at it. 2 different prices, same great product. You can get your skirt, your belt, your earrings, your bracelet, everything, and still be within your budget.
Steinmart. Once you go, you get it.
They do all the hard work. I just go in and buy it and save.
Everyone who walks through those doors is a part of the legacy started by Ralph Rennick and those who worked with him during his time.
To be in that chair and sitting every night and carrying the torch from Ralph Rennick is something that I don't take lightly and something that I think is a privilege.
Whether it's 1949 or 2009, the WTVJ legacy can be found in every major story that affects our community. When Hurricane Wilma ravaged South Florida, the mission to inform, both during the storm and after, was the same as Donna and Andrew before. 9/11.
Did perhaps one of the suspects actually live in this location? Perhaps was...
WTVJ uncovered the haunting South Florida connection that 13 of the hijackers lived and trained right here. The violence of the FTAA protests in Miami. The hanging chads of the 2000 election. And the change of power in Cuba. Our sports championships. A new leader. An economic crisis that affects all of us. WTVJ continues to cover these stories with the same principles established 60 years ago.
Fair, accurate, and balanced. You need to be fair with every story you do. You better be accurate with your facts. And you better be balanced with a story that has some controversy in it, regardless.
That standard has guided many talented men and women while at WTVJ, from broadcasting heavyweights like Katie Couric and Larry King.
But I give a lot of credit to North Miami Avenue and what they always let me be me.
To a long list of highly respected journalists that owe their success to this station's legacy.
It started a legacy of broadcast journalism that's been repeated for years across the nation and across the world.
A legacy started by the pioneering spirit of the original men and women of WTVJ.
It's great for all the grass and all the growing things around town. I don't know whether you noticed or not, but if you see that big car way back there, a few minutes ago it was just a Volkswagen.
Legendary weatherman Bob Weaver, who stayed with WTVJ until his retirement in 2003.
He did everything, like many of the first-timers at WTVJ. He was an announcer, he was an editor, he did documentaries, he cut pictures out of newspapers because those were the only graphics we had.
He made weather entertaining, and to this day, if you mention Bob Weaver, people say, oh yeah, the weatherman that wrote backwards.
And WTVJ's original sports director, Bernie Rosen, who after 60 years still works at WTVJ.
When he first started here, he had no driver's license. So in order to get to a story, he would have to take the bus. You talk about a man with passion for television and television sports.
It was just unbelievable how everyone just came together and made this thing work.
And of course, Ralph Rennick.
He really was invested in the place in a way that an awful lot of modern TV news folk are not, as they move back and forth between markets.
The history of this station is part of South Florida culture, really.
These guys practically invented how to do local TV news, sports, weather, and their presence is still felt here.
It's our time now, but our time, we wouldn't have this time if it were not for Ralph Rennick and all those journalists who came through the doors of WTVJ.
Having grown up in Miami, WTVJ was always a part of my home. At 6 o'clock, our family got together and we would watch Ralph Rennick on the 6 o'clock news. So when I got to be a part of the history and tradition of WTVJ, for me, it was one of the greatest honors of my life.